Hey there guys, my name is Kerian Halcyon and welcome to the very first episode of the mod showcase and review for the Bare Essentials, my little series that I am working on. Now, I am going to apologize. Something I didn't admit last episode is that I'm not very good at doing stuff like what was it? What's the word? See, I'm doing it right now. I'm not very good at spontaneity when it comes to making videos. I usually, in order for me to make very good videos, I have to have a script handy. And I've decided that I'm just going to make live footage and not have a script at all. So I have an idea, though, about what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to attempt to do that. If you guys do not like this kind of content, if you think that it's a little bit not this kind of content, but if you guys would prefer me to do the script stuff, I honestly prefer me being in script stuff, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do this kind of thing again. But, yeah. So, anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the first in this series of mods. This is going to be Balkon's Weapons mod. Balkon's Weapon mod has been around for a long time, since... at least I'm gonna say at least since okay, it's been around since Tekkit. I know that, the original Technic pack. So it has been around for a long time. Oh, I also have a little bit of an assistant over here. He's a custom NPC. He doesn't really do much. He's just sitting there aiming with a musket over there. So just ignore him for now. Just ignore him. But anyway, so it's been around for a while, and it has added a bunch of really cool weapons that I feel like should really be in the game. These are weapons that I feel like they have to be in the game. They need to be, badly. I mean, I'll give you some examples here about some of the weapons. These are melee weapons that are added into the game. Here's some ranged weapons. And these are all really simple weapons that do not require any form of complexity. These are weapons that rely entirely on crafting stuff based on survival gear. So it's just basic recipes. You need iron to build this, you need a stick. There's no extra, like, there's no extra materials, no extra stuff that has to spawn in the world gen. It's just these. Now, as far as I know, they're not very good with, the downside is that they are not very good with enchantments. So, I don't know if that's changed, but I do know that was a thing beforehand. So, I'm not sure if these will actually work with enchantments, but they might. I don't know. So, what all have we got here? We've got ourselves here a little archery range of sorts. A little firing range, and we also have ourselves a series of weapons. We've got ourselves the ranged weapons here, so boomerangs, javelins, crossbows, and blowguns, and we have melee weapons here. I did not include the flail in this because flails currently are not working very well. They never really have worked well. The idea behind flails, I think they may have worked at one point, but they don't anymore. They're more or less kind of an aesthetic kind of thing, but they don't really do a very good job with being used. They're just kind of in the way, so not necessarily one of the better ones. You're better off with some of these other weapons instead. Spears are one of the reasons why I really like this mod, because spears, they add to your reach capabilities, but they also give you a lot of extra stuff, like being able to throw them, being able to use them for... well, yeah, you got a bunch of uses for these. I'm just going to put all these here right now. I don't have anything to test these on. I may have to go into creative mode to do that. But I will show you guys the spear real quick. Iron spears are made by having 2 sticks and a piece of iron. And all spears are built like that. I may show you guys a little bit of a crafting window later. This is not necessarily a tutorial. This is more of a showcase of some of the really cool weapons I feel like need to be in the game. So spears, you can come up, you can attack like this, like normal, like you're any other sword and stuff like that. But you can also throw them. They are a lot heavier than other weapons like the javelin, but they are also, you can reuse them. So you always have them ready and handy in your inventory. There, see. Halberds are kind of the same way, but the difference is that halberds, you don't throw them. You can actually switch between weapon types. So one hand is like an axe, and the other is like an actual spear, which is kind of cool. I never really used halberds very much though. The battle axe is like any other battle axe. It's like an axe, but you can use it for combat. So, pretty much same rules apply. The iron knife. Knives are kind of like swords. Oh, better eat. But they are also throwable. And they're actually pretty handy. If you're in a pinch where you have a very distinct lack of weapons in early game, of ranged weapons, and you happen to be out at night, or you're in a situation where you have a creeper outside your door and you want to get rid of him, this is a nice way of being able to get rid of them really quick. They're really simple, just a stick and an item, wood, stone, whatever, and hang on. I've had enough rain for 1 week. I'll keep it night, but I've had enough rain. So, plop that back in here. The Iron Warhammer is a little different. The Warhammer is actually pretty good, but what it also has is the ability to be able to go and, like, punch the ground like that and give an area of effect attack, and it takes a while for it to get back up again. It's a cool weapon, though. It's really nifty. And katana, just basically like a sword. You can just attack faster with it, which I don't know how that really works. Fire rods are like a flint and steel, except it's a one use only. So when you come up to something, you can hit it and it'll come and burn. It's kind of like, it's pretty much like that. Actually, can you throw these? No. Unfortunately, you can't. Which is kind of sad. I kind of wish you could. Now, the ranged weapons, these are the good ones. Boomerangs are probably my favorite, just because of the fact that they are just like the spear and the knife. Say you're in a position where you don't have a bow, and you have no other way of being able to use a ranged combat, and you've got a bunch of mobs that you don't want to come up close. You use the boomerang. And the cool part about it is, even though this one won't do it because it's attacking a block, is that just like real boomerangs, they come back to you. Just like that. So it's like the real thing. And they're also simple to craft as well. Javelins are just like spears, except that instead of using iron or anything like that, you use a flint. And javelins are just like arrows. They can have a higher impact, but once you actually hit a target, they're spent, so you can't reuse them, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, it's a nice kind of way of being able to save resources. They're just like arrows, except you use an extra stick. So even though they don't stack quite as far, and they're not, I mean, quite as much, and they don't, you can't throw them as far as an arrow. It's still pretty handy. In fact, I will show you guys right now. There, see? Let's pull these back up. Oh, can't really see him. I'll plop those back there. Crossbows. Crossbows are amazing. They are kind of like, they're kind of like bows, except that they have a higher damage output. So, where are you? There you go. See, just like that. And you also have to reload them a little longer. I think they might also fire faster and go further. It might, anyway. And they also have quite a high recoil. They're pretty handy. In my opinion, if I was to... Oh, jeez. I think I saw an Enderman and I didn't even notice. Wonder where he went. I don't know. I don't think I want to know either. Right. Blowguns. Blowguns you can use to shoot darts, and darts are really cool in the sense that you can add different effects to them. So there are at least several different kinds of darts. I will go to creative mode to show you. But if you go here, dart. There's 4 kinds of darts. You got your poison dart, your hunger dart, your slowness dart, and higher potency poison dart. And you load them just like the crossbow. Except that they reload faster, which is nice. And they do actually deliver poison. They're not quite as... I don't think that they're quite as far range, though, as the other weapons. But again, if you're in a position where you need a weapon and you're stuck, these things take only reeds, if I remember correctly, to build. Which is nice. Now that I've shown you that part, I'm going to go over here with Mr. Redard over there, and I'm going to show you the next bit. I'm not going to show you everything in this mod, by the way. There is one last weapon that I'm not going to show off, but that's only because I've never been able to get it to work. It's probably just because I'm incompetent, but I'm pretty sure, though, that it's not one I really want to show off right away. You guys can look it up on your own. But anyway, it also adds firearms to the game, which is nice. Firearms and dynamite. And each of these different firearms behaves just like their real-world counterpart. This is not like a game where... this is not like where you have a mod like, say, Flans mod, where you have a bunch of different guns based off of World War II stuff. No, nothing like that. These are actual muskets. Now, understandably, I'm not sure whether or not these should ever actually be in the game. That's why I have these weapons over here instead of over there. This is an aspect of this mod that I feel is amazing, but at the same time, I feel like that it may take away from the Minecraft experience. I mean, let's be honest. Adding guns to this game, is that really a good idea? I don't know. It's cool, but it takes away from the aesthetic of it, I feel. So we're gonna start off with the musket. And muskets all have bayonets, which is cool, and I believe the bayonets give them a bit of an edge when it comes to melee combat. You load them just like you would with the crossbow. It takes longer. And then you pull back, and then you fire. Now, doesn't that sound amazing? It's like with an actual musket. Now, the cool part is that if you look down, that's the bullet. That was the bullet right there. Ooh, if I want, I can get rid of that slime. Just like that. Now what else? Now that sound's gonna be annoying. Aha. Unfortunately, their range is just like a real musket's too. So, the recoil rate is not quite as good. And oh, actually that range is really good. It's kind of unexpected. Muskets normally, they're not very good when it comes to oh well, I don't know. Muskets aren't supposed to be that accurate, so that's a little bit of something odd, but oh well, doesn't matter. Now the flintlock is just like the musket, except it reloads faster, and I don't think it's as far range, or it does as high damage, but it is really nifty. I can imagine that if people wanted to, they could have like 2 of these loaded in one hand, in both hands. And then they could just keep firing it like this. And then there's the blunderbuss. The blunderbuss is essentially the early version of the shotgun. And it feels like it. Although the sound is not quite as potent. I would have thought they would have been far more potent than this. Oh well. Yeah, but as you can see, it hits both targets, which is cool. In fact, I think that's where all that extra shot went. Jeez. It's kind of scary. Right, so I'm going to put these back. This back as well. By the way, those are training dummies, which are really handy. You put them down, they don't actually take any damage. And the nice part is that you just have to right-click them and they'll come off. You just put them back, but you hit them like this and they'll shake around all they want, but they won't move or budge, which is kind of cool. Now, what I am going to do next is take the dynamite and show this off. Oh, shoot. I need to set a gate up with this. There we go. Fly on over here. We'll make our way over to these animals. There's a bunch of these animals to spawn here, by the way, because I'm using the custom NPC's custom spawn list. Okay, well. That went kind of, that kind of turned in an odd direction. Those things are spooky. Spooky, booky, booky. I think I'm going to stay in creative mode for a while. No, I'll be nice. I'll do this legit. As long as I don't hit anything that I don't want to hit. But those are also custom NPCs, not custom NPCs, Mo creatures things. Mo creatures, when they add stuff, the mob spawning thing can sometimes be really crazy. So you have to edit the config file in order to get it how you want. I don't like it when mobs spawn. This entire place was covered, literally covered in sheep and pigs. It still is kind of covered, so I'm going to try and get rid of some of them. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that with... Ooh, shite! Yeah. Stick a dynamite, you just throw it. It explodes. And the cool part is that it'll fizz out in the water. Which is nice. I gotta say. This is gonna make me spurge out. But yes. Let's kill some cows, shall we? Fudge! Alright, so that has been my little showcase for Balkon's Weaponmod. Not exactly the best, I'm aware of it. But yeah, I feel like that a lot of these features in the game need to be in the game. Because... Shoot. Fudge! Jeez. See, these things are spooky. Luckily, though, they are just like zombies, except a little bit more stupid. Anyway, just make our way over here. So, that has been my showcase for Balkon's Weaponmod. I feel like that these things really need to be in the game. At the very least, the features for these weapons over here. These are all weapons that I feel like could be easily implemented into the actual client, and that they should be part of the game. I like the idea of being able to walk around in early game with a spear and being able to throw it at people. I feel like that'd be fun. I also like the idea of being able to have a boomerang in the event that I cannot get myself a bow, because trying to kill spiders at night is a pain in the butt, especially early game. So, yeah. So anyway, that has been my very first episode of the Bare Essentials Mod Showcases. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video, and if you didn't enjoy the video because of my stupid I still can't figure out what the word is, because I cannot talk full script. I apologize. I'll try and do that next time. So yeah, until then, this has been KerianH Halcyon bidding you all adieu. Me out.